And now let's talk about penises and how they look like. And the first thing we're going to discuss about penis is penis size. Definitely you have already spent some time of your life trying to measure it and trying to understand whether the size is okay, or it's too small, or it's too big. And actually, down the video you can find a link where I show how to measure a penis if you really need to know how we do it in a clinical setting. But apart from this fun activity, let's discuss what happens if you find out that your penis is too small, or too big, or too thin, or too thick, or too red, or too blue, I don't know. Anything that can go wrong with the shape, size of your penis. Okay, first things first. From 70 to 90% of women are unable to have orgasm from penetrative sex. It means that it's not very important what penis you have. It's much more important what you do during, before, and after you're having sex with whatever penis you have. But now we're going to discuss how can you benefit from the size you have, whether it's big or small. We're going to talk about it in details. Okay, how can you live your life if you think that your penis is too small? First, perhaps only you perceive it as a small one. With a huge probability your partner thinks it's okay or doesn't care about it. And under the video you can find a link for the research with it. Okay, and why people think that they have small penises? Actually, we take it from the internet. So we go on the internet, we watch some porn, we see some dicks which are much bigger than the average normal dick, and we think that we should be like this or we shouldn't exist at all. It's a myth, and everything more than 5 centimeters is not considered to be a small dick. When small penis is a medical problem. If your penis is smaller than 5 centimeters, it means that you can see your doctor and see what you can do about it. In all other cases, you are completely fine. And we can discuss what benefits you can take if your penis is not as big as you see in the internet. Okay, let's start with the golden rule. Any intercourse should be pain-free. Pain in the sex should never exist, apart from some practices we're going to discuss in our full course. But in general, intercourse should be pain-free for both of the partners. If you have a small penis, it means that the trauma you are causing is much smaller, so you can have either access to anal sex without trauma and vaginal sex without trauma. But the last but not least, let's talk about oral sex. While porn shows us that the good oral sex is when we're taking something huge and putting it into something small, in fact, it's much funner to have oral sex with someone with smaller penis because a partner has much more liberty and can perform much more different practices. At the end of the day, if we are talking about oral sex, smaller penises, more liberty, more fun for both of the partners. Okay, now let's talk about big penises. If you have big size, you have bigger responsibility. And I really want you to remember one golden rule. We don't peel the banana until mango is juicy. It means that you should start your sex only when you feel that your partner is very aroused. Because as you are having a bigger penis, you can cause bigger trauma, and we really don't need it. Why big penis could be a big fun? First of all, because some women really love how it looks aesthetically. Another benefit you have is that you can stimulate different zones at the same time. Under the video, you can find a link with different spots we stimulate to create different orgasms. And if you have bigger penis, it means that you can have easier access to several of them. But remember that from the 70 to 90% of the women, it's impossible to have orgasm as a result of penetrative sex. So probably you will have to find a way to stimulate these zones despite of the size of your penis. Okay, let's sum it up. Bigger size, bigger responsibility. So please make sure that your partner is aroused and have enough lube before you start any intercourse. The last important thing about the size, if the size of your penis, of your scrotum, of your balls is changing dramatically, so if you had smaller and now you have twice as big, or if you had them bigger and now they're twice as small, please go and see your doctor. And please don't believe any advertisement you can see on the porn sites which promise you to make your penis bigger. It will be or dangerous or not worth it. For now, there is no cream or powder or exercise which can change the shape and the size of your penis. So the only option which is available for you if you want to change the size of your penis, to make it bigger or to make it smaller, is an operation. Okay, we're done with sizes. Let's talk about shapes. Your penis could be crooked. And actually, most penises are crooked. If your penis have a slight curvature, doesn't matter where, right, left, up or down, it's actually a fun thing because you can give more sensations, and more unique is your curvature, more unique will be sensations you are giving to your partner. So basically, if you have an unpredictable shape of your penis, you are gonna stimulate unpredictable zones inside of the partner when it is a real problem. If your penis is so crooked that you are unable to penetrate, you need to see a doctor. So now you can see which curvature is completely okay and which curvature you need to see a doctor. Actually, everything I told you about the crooked penis is also valid for all shape concerns. So you may believe that your head is too big or too small. Probably it will just give different interesting sensations to your partner. So when with the size, smaller than 5 centimeters, or with the curve that makes penetration impossible, it can be considered as a medical problem. Any problem with the size of your head is just aesthetical preference. And please remember that your partner can have different aesthetical preference than you do. Okay, now let's talk about the last concern you can have about your penis, is the color. Generally, penises are usually darker than your overall body, and it can create you some concern. Sometimes penis can be too reddish or too bluish and you can feel weird about it, but actually it's completely fine because your penis is full of vessels, which makes it look bluish or reddish. If your penis changed the color, you probably need to see the doctor. If you just generally don't like the color of your penis, you can cover it with a colored condom. So, to summarize everything I told you right now about the shape, size, color, it's not a problem when it's your aesthetical preference. What could be a problem? If your size is smaller than 5 centimeters, if your curve doesn't let you to penetrate, if there is any kind of the change in size, so it was bigger, it became smaller, it was smaller, it became bigger out of nowhere. The same about the color. If your color was X and then it changed to Y, please see your doctor. In all other cases, it's not a problem. It's an aesthetical preference. And in the next video, we're gonna talk about how these smaller, bigger, reddish, bluish, any kind of penises work and when they don't work the way we want them to.